Stay within 4 meters of my telephone. All right. Well, let me just record this so I don't miss anything. It's recording. All right. Let me see.
Is it recording?
I'm just recording this right now.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? All right.
We live and direct. What's up, Brian?
What's cracking, Alex?
Tell the audience who we are, what we're about, where we're
No.
coming from. If they're new to the show, what's going on?
You know, my name is Bryan Bone. You guys call me Bryan Bone. With my boy Alex. We from the Canyon City, California,
Yes,
aka City of Azusa,
Yes, sir.
in the Los Angeles County,
Yes, sir.
San Diego Valley to be exact, 626. And yeah, man, this is my boy Alex, childhood friend. We're currently out here in the OC though, recording this first live and direct podcast.
Yo, check it. Thanks for that intro, Bryan Bone. I come with many monikers. One of them is Alex Bone. One of them is Lex Danny. One of them is a tribe called Lex. One of them is called A-Track. You can call me whatever.
Yep.
But let's slide into it, Brian. Tell them a little bit about where that Bryan Bone, Alex Bone monikers came from. Tell them a little bit about that. Drop some history on them.
So we're gonna drop some history since this is our first time y'all listening. This is an A and B conversation, pun intended. You feel me? All right. We at this time I'm 31. Alex is 32.
Yo, well, come on, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Easy.
Put our age out there, but yeah, we known each other since I moved to Azusa. I met Alex Bone in I think '99, and we weren't called that back in the day. You know, I was still Brian. Alex was Alejandro, but it all started. My boy Alex is a big Bone Thugs fan. First and foremost, his brother I believe was the one who put him on to Bone Thugs. Big old OG Pugs Bone.
That's
Shout
triple
out.
OG.
Shout out Pugs Bone. So yeah, this fool put him on to Bone Thugs because they were from Cleveland.
Sir.
My boy Alex Bone played for the what was it? The Indians.
The Cleveland Indians. That's my team right there.
Little League. And so yeah, fast forward to our senior year in high school, I got hit up by Alex saying, "Yo, you trying to go to Bone Thugs concert with me and Eric Torres? Shout out to boy Torres,
man."
And yeah, sure enough, we went to this concert. We were 17. We saw 3 Bone Thugs. Their album Strength and Loyalty came out 2007. Shout out.
Damn.
And yeah, man. So after that, it was just every day we always listen to Bone Thugs.
Yep.
Go to Alex's pad. YouTube was barely starting back then, yo. So like, it wasn't what it is today. And so, you know, I don't even know. I think we all just became Bone. So like, my boy Alex was like, you know, Bryan Bone, Alex Bone, Danny Bone.
Yep.
And so mine stuck pretty long. I think it just really stuck with me because it really kind of rolls off the tongue. Bone, Bryan Bone. But yeah, any of my homies were all Bone. That's just like, it don't even matter. You a Bone, you Mais Bone, you Boyle Bone, you Hater Bone, whatever you is, you know, you a Bone. So, and Alex, you know, same thing. He's the originator of this shit. He's like the Ice Cube. He started this, or Dr. Dre started this gangster shit, you know. I'm just running with it. This is his world. I'm just living in it.
Damn, straight up.
You could add on to that, Alex, if you know. I don't know if I missed anything.
Man, I think you got it pretty well, man. I didn't even know. I forgot some of that stuff already. Strength and Loyalty. That's throwback right there.
Bro. That's basically what got us back into Bone Thugs. If you think about it, or at least
you think
me.
so?
You was on it, but I remember because people were listening to it. 2007. I remember
they had I Tried with Akon. Wasn't that on the album?
I Tried So Hard.
Man,
the one with Mariah Carey, that banger.
Breakdown.
Yeah. What else was there?
Yeah. No. Does that album have that? But I don't remember that. But but you know one thing, throwback to that, because that's funny how we were. Because you're right, we were really trying to make everybody like Bone, whatever, name Bone, whatever. And it's funny because I remember it was the MySpace days, and for a cool minute, we had like the whole top 8 was like Homie Bone, Luis Bone, Fish Bone, and people were like, "What the fuck are these guys doing?"
That was the thing too, because it was like MySpace, your top 8 in it. So if you saw, damn, all these homies is Bone. Is they a gang or something?
Yeah, you're like, dang, these guys coordinated. These guys super coordinated here.
Like y'all had clans in your video game stuff where you add your little thing. You know, we had Bone.
Yep.
You know what we is. You know what we fucked with.
But that's really what linked us together though, was like I feel like kind of hip hop is kind of what I think we've always had in common together.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So it's pretty amazing. But tell the people a little bit about yourself, Brian. You specifically. What's going on in your world? 31.
You know what I'm saying? 31. You know,
young, hung, and handsome, holding hoes for ransom.
I'm trying. You know they holding me back too. So you know, Bryan Bone. You know, born and raised in California. So currently, you know, just working, trying to go to school, trying to start this business up, trying to keep relationships good. What I do, I work as a nurse, specifically a LVN, which is licensed vocational nurse. In some states, you might call it LPN, practical nurse. Same thing. You know, I've been in this career for about over 10 years.
Damn.
I knew I was gonna be a nurse since I was a kid because I'm half Filipino, half Salvadorian, 100% Mexican by heart. That's what I tell them.
Oh.
And so yeah, if you all know anything about Filipinos, we nurses, we do that job. And so my family heavily pushed me into that, which was a good thing because I have my career now. I'm stable. I love my job. I love what I do. And honestly, I am the person I am today because of my job. I'm very like all over the place. I'm very emotional in my personal life. But as a nurse, I'm calm, cool, collected. I'm very rational. I'm very professional. I think things through scientifically and also just from a wholehearted perspective because, you know, dealing with people and saving their lives is more than just I'm giving you a medication. It's like you're a human being, you're a number. I got to talk to you. How you feeling? How you doing? Take this. How's it feeling? You know? And I really take that to heart. When I first trying to get into this career, it was really about trying to finish it and get my money and get going. But the road I took, dropping out of college, doing all the stuff, and then getting my LVN at a small adult school at LUSD was really like the whole journey really made me the person I am, to the steps I took, to the roads that were blocked. And all along the way, my homies been there and they kind of seen that. And whether my homies know it or not, like the whole time my journey was going on, I was looking in their lanes, which you should always look at your own thing, but I was looking in their lanes and everybody was doing well or progressing, whether it be my homies going to the Marines, Alex going to ASU, handling stuff, my boy Danny graduating, and so on and so forth. And so I always told myself, it don't matter what I'm doing, I just got to keep going, keep pushing. I found my lane, and sure enough, I'm here. And although sometimes I don't feel very highly of myself, my homies always tell me, you know, they're proud of me and whatnot and what for. So, yeah, man. First and foremost, I'm a friend, I'm a brother, I'm a nurse, and I got love for everybody out there. I'm a mirror, like my homie Jay-Z says. You know, I'm only a reflection of what you give me. So, if that's how you come off, you know, it must be because you're giving me some slight off vibrations. But that's me. I really revolve around being a nurse because if you like me in any other aspect, that's really because it helped me be this person and put together everything in my life into a positive way and really give me a purpose. Sometimes I feel kind of like sorry and down for myself, but I go into my work, I'm thankful because people are so grateful to see me, and I never take that for granted, not no more, you know. And it's really all perspective. So I'm in a good place, still going. The journey's never over. Like my boy Nipsey says, the marathon continues. So that's me, you know. And I think education, whether it's actual professional degrees or just education in your interests, should always continue. And yeah, man, that's basically me. For a little background, we could get into that all day, but I want to hear about my boy Alex because he is on the other spectrum of this. Is very, very professional and very degree driven, which is great, but also big hip hop head. So, you know, 8-track Alex Boner, let him know what's up.
Damn, man, I feel like that's a tough follow up right there, man. I feel like you really had an awesome intro. I feel like you thought about this, man. I feel like you've been practicing this for a while. But like Bryan Bone was saying, yeah, I think I followed kind of this career path of like being in school, kind of being really into school. I love learning, right? I'm a lifelong learner, and so that's kind of led me to where I'm at today. So I'm a professional during the daytime. Got my MBA, got my bachelor's. Working in tech right now. So
right?
Yeah, I can't complain. Really, there's I can go through all the backstory too. Everybody's got a little struggle behind them, right? There's beauty in the struggle too. But yeah, I'm super happy to be doing this with Bryan Bone here. He's been talking about it for a while, man. For a while, you've been talking about it.
So you know.
So I'm excited, man. I'm excited. This is kind of like just a tryout here. But what are you trying to do with this podcast, man?
You know,
what's the idea?
I feel like a lot of us and our homies always had the thing saying like, if we were just recording that conversation or whatnot, and I also watch YouTube religiously and I listen to podcasts, and a lot of the times I'm watching stuff that is just basically like my homies talking, and I'm like, dude, I could do this, or we could do this, or this could be us. And also with a lot of stuff that I do in my life, like clothing company that I'm trying to start up, which is really like a lifestyle thing. And it all takes something called initiative, just with an I. So my uncles put me on game with that, saying, you know, you can have all the ideas in the world, but first and foremost takes the I, which is initiative. So you just initiative to start something, whether it goes somewhere or not, is totally up to you. So, you know, my thing is, let's just do it where, you know, there's no harm in trying. And then at the same time, I'm having a conversation with my boy. It would be the same thing either way. So we're just kind of recording it, making it more professional. America's very business, corporate oriented, and I realize I ain't trying to fight the system no more. I'm trying to run with it. So we can do this like we always do, but we can record it. We can maybe create a platform, inspire others, maybe get some of y'all to come and talk to us because y'all have stories too. And that's really what this is about. It's creating a platform and voice. Growing up, you always think I don't have anything, I come from this and that, but technology. So here we is. This can be anything and everything for us, as far as topics, issues and whatnot. So basically, hopefully we can just get to reviewing, you know, topics and issues in the world, whether it be videos or whatever, and just interest. And then, you know, see what people, if they get interest in it, we can run with whatever they want. But this is basically a little intro for us and see where we go from here. But
that's what's up. That's what's up. So one of the things that we always, I think one of the things, like I mentioned, that really kept us together back when we were younger was hip hop, right? But there's always kind of other things that were kind of around on the side too, and girls were one of those things, right?
For sure.
But for me, I think Bryan and I are on kind of opposite spectrums there too, right? I'm in a super committed relationship, right? I love my lady, but I kind of want to hear what's the world like on your side. I remember what single life was like, right? It's kind of a fond memory, but what's going on with you, Bryan? You single? You taken? You bilingual?
Yeah, you know, I'm single. You know, at this point, I have a good answer for that because I've been asked that every day of my life after turning like 27 as a male, and as a male working with a lot of females, you get that question: "You have a girlfriend yet?" So yeah, man, I think Alex said he was in a long committed relationship. Funny enough, I think when he started dating his lady right now, beautiful lady, shout out Sarah. It was about 7 years ago, was it?
Probably like 5-6 years, yeah.
Yeah, so I remember I was talking to somebody at the same time too. Like it was very, like me and him started at the same time. So, cause I think about that sometimes. I think about if that relationship that I was entering at the time went well, or like would still be going, it'd be like, you know, basically the same timeline as Alex. But yeah, man, I'm just working on myself because I'm a relationship type of guy. I'd say like if I find a lady, like I'm all about that. That's basically probably what pushes ladies away from me because I'm clingy as fuck. Damn, like I'm funny and shit. You know, people will say flirty, you this and that, but like when I really start digging somebody, like I get clingy and then the insecurities come in. That comes while working on myself. I start thinking, yo, like what's this dude trying to do, or you know, who's this guy, you know, and then girls don't like that. It's not attractive. I'm gonna tell you, and I know that, but it's human nature for me. So I really got to work on myself as far as that, and I'm doing well. I think, like I said recently, it's like you really got to love yourself, and that means just being honest with yourself. Because like I was in a good place when I was dating somebody, let's say a year ago, and everything was gravy, and I can't even tell you anything negative about the person, but I messed that up because of the way, let's say, like I said, my insecurities, jealousy, anger problem, like, you know, shouting probably times when it was unnecessary, and that takes a lot for me to just tell you that first and foremost, like, hey, I ain't perfect. And a lot of girls, coworkers, believe me that, oh, you know, you a good dude, yada yada, and I wish I could hook you, and it feeds my ego, but at the same time I stop myself and I say, like, I tell them, yo, you say that, but I also want to let you know, like, as a person, if it was a relationship thing, like, there's things about me that like really goes that, you know, there's a crazy to hotness scale, you know, and I'm on a slippery slope there. Girls like, nah, this was cute.
Oh man, you being modest right there.
You know, he got all this charisma, yada yada, and I see it as I get older. I used to be very insecure, but as I get older, I realize, like, damn, like, okay, I see what people see, but there's also that other side of me where it's like insecurity, partly because I'm Asian, and growing up, you always felt like Asians weren't good enough. That's besides the point, because right now I feel confident as fuck as far as that. I love me, so that's a thing of the past. But as far as that, yeah, man, girls love me, and then I kind of get crazy and they can't deal with it, and then they probably see me improve and they're like, man, how come you couldn't do that when he was with me? I'm sorry, ladies, you know, it's slow motion better than no motion, but you know, I'm never looking for anything. I'm not one to go date or ask people out. So that's also a reason why I'm single. I'm just trying to work on my career, myself. If something pops up again, you know, I'm not one to fight it. But yeah, man, I'm not really. I don't know. I wish I was a hoe bag. I wish, because I know I could be smashing chicks and running through them, but I can't. Man, I can't, man.
You're a good guy, man. You're too much of a nice guy, Brian. And that's funny because you do say that, and I always, every time I see you, I'm like, yo, what's up with some of these honeys out here? And it's like, I don't know. I'm talking to a couple of them, and I'm like, Brian, you need to just go through these.
You know, and the funny thing is,
in the most respectful way, of course.
I guess, respectfully. That's where I mess up, because I guess when I really like somebody, then instead of just saying, you know, trying to slide in there and, you know, make a romantic night happen, I probably get frustrated, like, hey, yo, let's fuck. That's like, this fool, Prince Charming, and then turns into just say, let's fuck, man. That's game over. I know that, so
it's demon time. It's demon time.
Alejandro's iPhone disconnected.
What's it called? Well, that's one of the big differences about us too. Is like Bryan was being modest, right? You being modest, like you probably one of the best looking guys out of our whole crew, man. He's being super modest, and so but with that comes a lot of like privilege, right? Where you don't really have to do a whole lot, and Bryan didn't have to do a whole lot to get girls' attention, and it was always like Bryan would come into the club or the bar wherever we were at, and girls were automatically checking you out, bro. And it was like,
I didn't see it,
and I had the antennas there, right? Because I always had my head on a swivel. That's how me and my brother grew up. And so anytime that girls would cop a look real quick, I would tell Bryan, yo, Bryan, this girl are checking you out. You need to do something. And so that's how that happened. And so one of the big differences between us, right, was that I'm on the opposite side of that, right? And so like for me, I was never like the best looking guy, right? Like
you got best personality though, you know what I'm saying?
But I had to come 3 times as hard with that personality, with these jokes, with this charisma, with this sense of humor, and so I almost like. It was a really big difference between you and I, where it was like, all right, Bryan has the looks, but I have to come in here, boom, like really try and put my best foot forward.
Hey man, we the ones who punch though. You think about it, because he ain't lying, man. I never seen it that way. Like, let's say I would think, I hope these honeys are looking at me, but I'll never really do anything because I'm a pussy inside as far as it comes to that. But the other time we were at 7th and Grand in downtown LA, honey all tatted up, and this is before I was all tatted up. So yeah, I was kind of like, nah, she ain't into me. Like I don't think I'm her type. He's like, bro, she looking at you.
Yup.
And
certified demon.
Yeah. And I'm like, you know, whatever. And this sounds like a movie, but yeah, shorty straight up came up to me, gave me her beer, and she's like, you gonna freak on me or what? And I'm like, ooh. And I tried. I did. And then after a song, she didn't even say nothing. She just walked away. And Alex was like, bro, you just got worked. I said, what happened? What happened? Yeah, man. So Alex do got a lot of charisma and charm, though. That's one thing I say I probably picked up and learned from him. Like the way he spoke to people. You just got to have confidence. And he has hella confidence. Like, and the way he speaks, I always admire people who speak very fluently and like sound educated, or not even educated, but just pronounce their words correctly, don't sound ignorant. Like you can sound like you could, but there's some people who just are speaking nothing. and then you're like, yo, girls like that. But my boy Alex, yo, that fool got charisma. Like if I was a girl, just with his words, man.
Pause.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't a girl though. We ain't going through that transition.
Pause.
Shout out all those people that I'm down with that, but you know. But yeah, man.
That's funny. So right now, so no ladies in the works. Are you venturing on the apps at all or anything, or what's that look like?
I've never been one to do the apps, bro, and I've tried. Like, believe me, I've tried. I was like, all right, let me log in and try. I don't know. It's not me. I can't do it. Like I know people tell me they have success on it, but like I'm more of like I said, like a commitment guy, and a lot of those things. Like even if I wanted to smash, like for me too, like if I smash a girl, it's dangerous for me too, because then I'm gonna be like catching feelings. Like it's not even just like I'm gonna smash and get over it, because I'm gonna be like, was there something else? Like, what you doing, girl? You trying to get? And then even if I wasn't even that much like her, like I just it's my kryptonite, you know. I think it's the fact that abandonment issues with my moms and all that, you know. Like I need that steady female.
It's getting deep in here.
So yeah, it's hard. It's hard, man. Like I said, I wish I could just tear through these. Cause there's nothing wrong with that. As I got older, I realized if there's people that want to do that and sleep around, like I ain't got nothing against it. To each his own. That's just not me, because I know how I get involved, and then like at the same time, like I don't want a partner like that. So if that's what I'm finding, then I get mad. Like if they're kind of like that as far as personality in a relationship, like that comes with the territory, Mm-hmm. So a lot of the times the reason why I fuck up is because I find girls that are not like that. We both maybe have that personality, and then I'm a guy, so then I get tired of waiting. I get blue balls, you know what I'm saying? And when you just start saying stupid shit at times, and then it just kind of downhill from there. But that just comes with being an adult and realizing what you want and stuff like that. But no honeys, man. I know I got a lot of honeys that admire me, but I will say I got a lot of the male gender that admire me a lot more. I just wonder what the fuck's going on. I wish girls like me as much as the males do.
Man, I guess that's got to be flattering.
It is,
It's got to be flattering.
Maybe because I'm super friendly, and but at the same time, there's got to be a line drawn, because getting some DMs or some privates 3 a.m. is getting kind of old, y'all. Dang. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know,
man.
But yeah. Speaking of Alex in a long relationship, I've been waiting when this was gonna pull out. The
whoop whoop.
Whoa. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But anyways,
we're in dangerous territory.
Tell us, hey, actually, now that we're speaking of that, tell us how you and Sarah met, because I was there, so I can verify or deny any of this. It was a cool story, actually. I think about that.
It's a funny story, man. What's it called? I think it was a Friday, but it was after a long week of work, and so me and this girl worked together at Taco Bell at the time. And so we were saying, hey, let's go out, blah, blah, blah. And she said, and I had told her that I was looking, right, and I was single and bilingual, ready to mingle. And so she was like, well, I got a roommate. I'm going to tell her to come through. And I'm like, bet, easy. And so I didn't think anything of it, right? I just kind of thought, all right, cool, like, let's just... I wasn't looking for anything really relationship-wise, so I said, hey, let's see if she's ready to go or do something. And so she came through the bar. We went to this shitty bar, shitty bar.
Gold Hill Farm, I think.
Yeah, it was super shitty bar over here in the OC. And then I got. By the time she got there, I was already drunk. Like we had been drinking already for a while, and so I got a little bit shy, right? I was like, man, I can't let her see me super drunk like that. And so me and Bryan and the homie just dipped out. We just bopped out, just dipped, and then I just got like some beer balls right at the end. We saw her as we were driving through, and then we just hopped out the car and like, yo, I'm gonna need to get your number. And she's like, what?
She didn't give it to him. I'll tell you that.
And she did not.
No, he still got it.
And then her homegirl was like, I'll give it to you later. And let's just roll.
He was all drunk. I think so. We had left the bar and we were gonna go to some other bar.
I think we were going home.
They went to somewhere else though. Yeah. And I remember, we went to Jack. Actually, we did get Jack. Cause I remember I was driving my Beamer for some reason. I went to meet out with you with CJ.
Ooh.
And actually, CJ had been there before. He's all been to this bar, cause Marine Corps. Yeah, he was in the OC at the time. So I remember this fool was laughing though, cause you got out, or you saw her. And you're like, hey. And Alex did his whole little spiel. Like, I don't know what he said, but it was like I said, charming, clever ass fool. So we pull up to the spot that they were at, parked at or something, and fool pops out, and he's like, hey girl, let me get you. And she looks so uncomfortable. It's funny because she's so nice. Like, she's so nice. I remember when I first met her, it was at the bar. I got there, you're like, hey, yo, Bryan. Like, this. I don't even know what he said, but he was drunk, yeah. So I'm glad we left because, it was going south quick. And, I remember we were driving your coworker off at the time, and then you gave her a number. You were texting right there and there. You're like, I'm going to text her right now. What's cracking? What's good? And yeah, man, it's funny because from that moment, I didn't think much, but yeah, he kept trying, shooting the shot, Shorty was ignoring for a while, remember? Because we'd be sitting on his pad, he'd be like, bro, she didn't reply. It's been like 2 hours. What do you think? And I was like, I don't know, bro.
She really was not trying to give me the time of day at all. She was trying to swerve me.
But I always say, the things that are if anything was easy, it's probably not worth it, So it goes with that too. And the rest is history, man. I think everything's kind of gone well after that. But that was always a funny thing because you think that probably wouldn't have, led to what it is now. Like if I were to tell people, that's so random, bro.
Right.
But the connection has been so good, and so it's been a pretty solid understanding between you two, I think.
For sure, man. That's kind of a river cuts through rock not from its power, but from its persistence.
That's right.
So that was all about me, right? I kept on being persistent.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
This fool went to Disneyland. He don't even like Disneyland, and he don't like paying for shit. He's frugal. So let me tell you what. Me and Alex, he was at Disneyland. He posted too. He don't even post on social media. We're like, this is fool doing the most.
Love's a crazy thing, man. Love's a crazy thing.
That's funny.
Yeah.
And to you, maybe not sound like a lot. To a lot of people, probably like, that's nothing, bro. To Alex, saying it's like God buying a girl Ferrari, bro. Like that's like Quavo. He doing the most for Sweetie. You know what I'm saying? That was his equivalent.
That's right. And if we ever break up, I'm taking back that Disneyland trip like Quavo too.
I'm gonna need that Disneyland trip.
I'm gonna need that Disneyland trip back.
I heard the food festival's happening right now. You know what I'm saying?
That's funny. That's funny. Well, that's dope, Brian. So nothing in the works right now. You're kind of playing it cool, kind of just trying to feel it out. Not ready for anything, but if something happens, then
you know what I'm saying.
I guess you're always ready. Do you feel like a rush? Like, do you feel like something's rushing you? Because like you said, I just turned 32, you're 31.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you feel a rush or not?
Nah, I used to feel that. Yeah, maybe my 20s, which is weird. But now I feel like it's really about what you want in life, and as far as like my goals are pretty set, and what I want, and it's not necessarily an end destination. It's more of a journey. Mm-hmm. So I really don't feel, and especially I think maybe this is society too, because as a man, I realize like I have a lot more time as far as like the marriage, and that's not to say women are expendable or expirable, whatever word you want to use, but I really realize that, and as I got older, I feel like as a man you just get more attractive to society. It's something about it. So I ain't even in a rush. I know what happened. And
the older you get, this is something that I found, and luckily me and my lady have kind of grown together, so we kind of realize that together. But the older you get, like the more you kind of start realizing what you do want and what you like and what you don't like, and more so than you did like in your 20s. And so I'm sure that's had something to do with it too.
Oh yeah, for sure. There's probably a lot of beautiful women out there that that kind of like throwing hints at me, but at the same time it's like, why am I gonna go to a fucking bumper car race with a freaking Ferrari? It's just not gonna be fun because you don't want to mess that up. And not to compare women to the stuff like that, but it also comes with interest, Mm-hmm. So the things that I do, I'll probably find somebody that in the same interest with that or okay with it, because that's probably been something in the past. Like the person I was dating wasn't really okay with how I live my life, and for me, it's like I'm not gonna put on a different hat for everybody. What you see is what you get. So yeah, no rush, man. Like everything's Gucci in my life as far as that. Trust me, I'm still like heartbroken about a lot of stuff. That's one thing I will admit. I like there's still like stuff that pops in my head as far as females and relationships and things that I messed up on, but never like to the dwelling point. But like I said, that comes with the growth, because I realized like that messed up because I wasn't on my shit. Like I wasn't mentally healthy. I wasn't like in a good place, even though I might have been exteriorly looking good to everybody else. It's like, you got to run every day to keep your mile times good or your muscles big. So same thing, I had to really exercise my mental health regimen that I was good on, and I say that like just very openly, because I think people will talk about diabetes or I got like a bad back and talk about how they do therapy for that, but then you talk about your mind and it's like a taboo, like, oh shit, like this, blah blah blah. Yeah, we all struggle and stuff, but at the same time, like at the end of the day, the little mental struggles that I did really affected the relationship. So at the end of the day, like I say, gotta work on myself, and like everything else will come, like
that's big, man. That's big. You got to take accountability for the things that went wrong and why it went wrong, and say, well, if what did actually go wrong, and was it me, or was it her, or was it the situation, or was it just wrong time, wrong place? But that's good, man. You got to take accountability for sure. That's big, and I guess and like you said, like I think we all go through some like mental health stuff, right? Like everybody
does.
In everybody's head, there's kind of a battle going on with yourself. So I'm glad that you're confronting your demon, right? Because then the next time this opportunity comes up and you find a lady that you want, that you love, I really hope it could take off for you, man.
Yeah,
and hopefully
man.
the things that came up before don't rear their ugly head. Right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's on God. That's on God. That's real talk.
Yeah, that's super real talk.
Yeah, you know.
But on the since the conversation got super heavy, to turn it a little bit light here. Speaking about diabetes, you know, one of the pickup lines that I hope that you use at some point as a nurse, right, is like is like please don't be too sweet, baby girl, or I might catch diabetes or something. I hope you use that line at some point as a nurse, man. You know, that's the perfect environment.
I think you'd be pretty proud of me if you could see me at work. Like my the shit that I say, sometimes I'm like, I don't even know how I came with that, but you know, and I work with a lot of females, and that's why I see like, yeah, I'm a good dude. I just need to show that all the time. Because those little blushes that I get, I'm like, damn, girl, you engaging? Shit. You, man, if I was a douchebag, game over. But yeah, man. I'm trying to think of some good pickup lines I use, or just in stupid shit that I say. You know.
It comes and goes.
It comes and goes. Yeah, it's just there.
It's gotta be witty. It's gotta be right in the moment.
Shoot.
You gotta jump on it when the iron's hot.
Shoot. But yeah, I think this has been a good little like a good half hour of us kind of just talking, but chopping it up. But I think for the future, you know, there's a lot to come with what we're doing here. But I think what I want to do as far as this whole thing is really get people to come and like we had talking about our stories and people that we know. So if anybody that's actually listening to this may or may not, just kind of reach out to any of us and we can set something up too where we can just chop it up and talk. Because there's this meme or this thing I seen that said like there's a library out there in the world that has actual, you don't check out books, you check out humans, or like it's people and you talk to them and you learn their stories because they're like a book.
Interesting. And
that's
cool.
Yeah, for me,
I
think about that because as a nurse, I meet so many different people every day. I think everybody does, but the difference, how I see it is that I spend so much time with them, and whether it be days, weeks, months, or just the shift that I'm in, but like you get to know them and I learn their story and we connect on a personal level. I open up, I'm vulnerable with them so that they feel more comfortable with me. And I feel like I'm reading a story. I always tell my coworkers like that. I don't know where I got the knowledge from a lot of stuff on, but it's just listening to people. Like they're telling me some shit and listening it from somebody who's critically ill or maybe even about to die or wants to die. You're getting the wholehearted truth. The facts are nothing but the facts. Yeah.
Raw.
And for me, it's like I value that because I'm like, yo, I have not finished one whole book in my life, but I feel like I know so many stories because of that. So yeah, if you want to come on here, just talk to us, chop it up. I want to hear your story. We want to hear your shit. And if somebody you know that you maybe want to get us to interview, like let us know. I'm all open for it. Like I said, initiative. It starts with initiative, y'all. But yeah, I don't know if there's anything else you want to chop up right now as far as right here.
I think that's a good little intro, man. I think we might have to do that again probably at some point.
Yeah, man.
Once we figure out what we're doing with this podcast here.
For sure. And to all the other homies that are close homies, let us know if you're trying to get in on this too, man. Y'all got some good stories too, for real. And just even expanding the friendship between us, you guys like this kind of a vibe. It's bigger than this, you know? We got a lot of homies I think that attribute to how we are, our personalities and whys and stuff.
Facts.
But yeah, so I think we're gonna cut it out. We edit it. I'll probably see how we can post this up, and then we'll go from there. It's been a pleasure talking to the interwebs, y'all. Peace. We out.
Yo, what happened to peace?
Peace. Word to God. Word to mom. Let me say this before I say Project Ass.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I feel like
just chop it up.
Yeah, I feel like the more we get the gist of what we're doing.
Right.
And also it's more of like once you see people kind of react like, oh shit, people actually have an opinion on this too.
Well, right. That's why, like, this is just kind of a trial. But I feel like we should probably do that again once we kind of, like, map out, like, exactly what topics we actually want to chat about.
Probably, like a timeline. Exactly. Like, kind of like how we run meetings.
Exactly.
Like, all right, opening.
Agenda.
Like, update on this.
Right.
And the next order of business.
And then segue into it.
Yeah, like a radio show type shit, too, you know?
Yeah.
Let me see here.
What does it sound like? Just play it back a bit. Yeah, we did talk for like 30 minutes though.
Alright, let me see.
Tell the audience who we are, what we're about, where we're coming from. If they're new to the show, what's going on?